सभी को मेरा नमस्कार. Very warm good evening to everyone. So I welcome you all on this energetic program for today. So let us start this session and thank you for giving valuable time.
Welcome you all to the leading Navurja wing to educate and make aware mankind in the country and globe. Today, Federation of Indian Industry and Professionals is organizing, through its Navurja wing, the live webinar on Mind Management Through Yoga Philosophy by our guest speaker, Dr. Shivraj. Here are some house rules for you. Keep your phone in silent mode. Rename yourself with mobile number. Put your queries in the chat box. Keep your notepad and pen ready. Note down all the relevant points for discussion. Also, for your information, a recorded version of webinar will be available on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you. Now, it is time to learn the fundamentals of the Federation of Indian Industry and Professionals. Unite together, succeed together. The Federation of Indian Industry and Professionals is a unique, multi-stakeholder organization of visionary industrialists, businessmen, and professionals who share a commitment in shaping the future of industry and society at large. The Federation of Indian Industry and Professionals is a not-for-profit organization. FIIP was established on the 1st of October 2020 with the objective of boosting a small and medium business movement across the country and becoming the voice of India's various business sectors. It serves its members and the whole society through the private and public corporate sectors within the country. FIIP is a lifeline for new startups, small and medium business leaders. It is a crucial platform for networking and collaboration for each stakeholder who is working for the nation-building cause and to build Atmanirbhar Bharat. FIIP is actively engaged in the welfare of business community and general society. It encourages debate and organizes engagement programs with policymakers, Indian private and public corporate sectors, multinational companies, regional chambers of commerce, industrial associations and professional associations in each state of the country. FIIP has created a cluster network of 40,000 plus GST practitioners and made available a platform for networking and consensus building within and across sectors, and is the best platform for Indian industry, policymakers and the international business community. Vision: to facilitate and boost entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial development in the country, to support socio-eco development leaders throughout the nation, to encourage women power in various fields, to make Atmanirbhar Nari. Mission: creating a world-class talent body of 5 lakh influential and powerful industrialists, entrepreneurs, businessmen, women, and professionals through FIIP platform within 10 years. DNA: sustainable growth, empowerment and creation. Purpose: helping business people, supporting economic development, creating industrial insights, inculcating industrial development, facilitating forums for professionals, solving problems with the right solutions, enhancing skills among business owners, and creating a common platform for building interpersonal relationships. Support for micro, small, and medium enterprises businesses, formulating applied strategies to meet challenges of various industries. Making society aware of social, health, and environmental issues. FIIP has various business platforms such as Network, Industrial Insights, Karta, Spot, Digital, Womenpreneur, and Navurja. These platforms facilitate to make our country Atmanirbhar Bharat in the field of socio-eco environment, education, social and life. Now, it is time to proceed for our today's Navurja program. FIIP has observed the gap in the areas of social life, personal life, health perspective, environment and lacunas of women values, which needed to be addressed independently by various awakening programs and practical applications to eradicate unwanted elements affecting, as I mentioned. FIIP has the pool of talent and versatile experts from each domain to do justice these issues and lead society towards quality, health and harmony. With this thought, we have extended as a harbinger through Navurja, where FIIP is going to address the issues through series of programs providing practical and workable solutions for mankind in the country and globe. The Navurja is mainly focused on life and social, health, and environment. Each area will be included with several topics and webinars. For example, life and social will have topics like child education and parenting, childhood obesity, gender inequality, and many more such topics. Health will have topics like monsoon health, Ayurveda and lifestyle, diabetes, a bitter truth, and so many such other topics which will be very, very important. Environment will have topics like green energy, energy conservation, rainwater harvesting, and many more like these topics. With this brief about Navurja, now I request our programs coordinator to take over for introducing today's topic and the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanka. So, dosto, we all have stress in life, right? Rather, I can ask who doesn't have a stress in the life in today's environment and work environment, work-life balance. Correct? Is it not? So almost everybody has got a stress. There are very many kind of stresses, right? Acute hai, minor hai, mild hai, but somehow there are stresses, okay, to balance our work life. There are so many issues. There is a business issue, there is a relationship issue, right? So then there is a professional issues, then there is a work issue, bosses issues. So very many issues are there in our life, and definitely we are under stress. So rather, I'm asking to you who are under stress or who are not under stress is the right question I can say here. Okay. So myself, CB Katrava, the director FIIP. Friends, today we have brought a very, very important session called Mind Management through Yoga Philosophy. So we have a wonderful speaker with us, Dr. Shivraj Baba Sahib Mane, a socialist, a social activist. So if I want to introduce about this personality, see, basically he is the retired police inspector, and now after retirement he is into entirely on social activities. If I want to talk about his education, he has got many feathers in his cap. His BA honors, BA in Yoga Shastra. He has done masters in philosophy. He has done MPhil in Yoga Philosophy. See the diploma in Vipassana and Buddhist studies, diploma in Advaita Vedanta. Apart from that, he is into technical education also. That is, he has done diploma computer science and electronics. Such a great versatile personality we have today here. Of course, as title suggests, he is a mind management expert, right? Which he inculcated through your yoga philosophy, and he dedicates his time to give lectures in police organizations and various schools and colleges and social organizations since last 10 years. Okay, and he has got a rich and wealthy experience of more than 40 years. 4 decades is not a joke, right? So as I said, by works experience, he is a retired police officer as a PSI in Maharashtra State Police. And prior to that, he has worked in a corporate company called Philips India Private Limited as a technical expert as well. So in current times, he is totally dedicated his life to social activities, and he's a mentor at Bharatiya Yuva Shakti Trust, Satara Cluster, Karad, and he's also associated with the Rotary Club of Karad. Okay, so his main goal is to create an awareness in the society for a quality life, which we all need. हम सभी को ये जरूरत है कि quality life का हर एक को ये जरूरी है. So now I request our guest speaker, Shivraj Mane sir. Sir, over to you with this brief introduction. So now photo is yours.
Namaste everybody. Good evening to everybody. After introduction, let us start this session. I request all to wherever you are sitting, sit in a spinal column state situation. spinal column straight, head and back upright. We will start with the innovation because whole day we are the introverted one, and for outward oriented consciousness is there whole day, extroverted consciousness. That consciousness should be reassembled with introverted consciousness. That's why we will start with the invocation. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Once again, good evening to everybody who has joined on this digital platform, all the dignitaries from FIIP, on all who have joined this lecture through digital platform. Everybody, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Let us start with the subject, the topic. I wish to elaborate this topic as per the topic name. Mind management through yoga philosophy. Let us start with our own mind. The title is Mind Management Through Yoga Philosophy. The first question is, what is mind? Let us discuss about our own mind. What is the entity? We call it as a mind. That mind is organ, one of the organ. We have got 5 sense organs, 5 organs of action, and manas pratyaksha, that is the 6th organ, sensory organ, which is called mind. In Dhaneshwar rightly calls Indriya Maji Akarave, 11th organ, mana. Indriya Maji Akarave mana he jana. Try to understand the mind of ourselves, own mind. In the peripheries, in the daily lives, we are very much interested to know the minds of another people, another person. But our own mind should be understood in proper manner. Why mind should be understood? Because it has a base for our own life. Because any sensory organ cannot express the knowledge gathered by that sensory organ, cannot manifest that knowledge without the presence of mind. It is electronics language, it is called as a mixer stage. When all the frequencies, radio frequencies are gathered to the receiver, they are heterodyne with the mixer stage and then available for the further stage. In that way, our sensory organs senses all the information, all the knowledge, and it passes through our mind. This process happens very immediately within a time, and mind reacts on that, mixes with the information gathered by our sensory organ, and then acts upon it, and the action happens, and action or the impulses, mood of the mind, it takes further action. And in modern scenario, in 21st century, we all people are, due to the development of the science and technology. Science is the doctrine and technology is the application of that science. And what happens, due to our need of the time, you may say, we are always extroverted. And that extroversion of humankind, that is creating more chaos, more complex in our personality. On this platform, I assume that so many business people are there, industry people are there. Materialistic prosperity is very much needed. Materialistic prosperity and spiritual evolution, both are needed. Just try to understand. In our scriptures, they clearly mentions that dve vidya vediyate. Try to learn two types of knowledges, two vidyas. Paracha, aparacha. Para means universal knowledge. And transcendental knowledge. Both vidya should be learned in due course of our human life. Why these two vidyas are required, or two kinds of knowledges are required? When the development is happened due to science and technology, we are so much busy. We are struggling for more and more prosperity. But our inner self, to take the care of our inner self, it is somehow forgotten or missed in our day-to-day life. That's why, first of all, we try to understand the human nature. Human is complex organized unit. As philosophy clearly mentions, that human is a complex organized unit. And complex, if it is a complex organized unit, then the organ, the subtle organ, not a gross organ. We can see our gross body, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears, and whatever it may be. But mind is the subtler aspect of human existence. And it is the facilitator. When you come to know why mind is facilitator, because all the actions in due course of our life, they are generated from our mind. And the mind plays a core role, an important role during our life. That's why mind management is the important aspect of our existence, and it becomes our responsibility. And that responsibility should be known to everybody who is in the journey of our life. Why there is so much chaos in our life? Why there is disturbances? Why there further we will come to know that all the diseases in a modern age, up to cancer, so many diseases, they are supposed to be the psychosomatic diseases. Psychosomatic means mind is involved in that. As far as the diseases are concerned, the generation or the seed of that disease, that root is in our mind, disturbed mind, agitated mind. And that agitated mind, which creates a havoc in human's life. And that mind is to be tackled with systematic way. And our scriptures have provided. So many scriptures are there. They are dealing with our human mind. If you take the example of yoga philosophy, which is my interested subject, yoga philosophy is totally based on human mind. Its physical aspect, it has a due importance. Some kinds of exercises, some kinds of asanas to tackle with your body, because body is a design of par excellence. How biochemical reactions are getting there in due course, routine life. How biological subtle things are happening in our body. Biochemical things are happening in body. After taking food, how food is converted into the blood. All this a design of a par excellence that nature have gifted us. But we are not aware what is happening within us. We are very much interested to know the worldly things. We know what is going in White House right at the time. But we are not knowing what is happening within me. And that takes the disturbance in our life. That is why mind is tackled technically with technology, with some kind of technology. What our scriptures, when you go to the darshanas, 6 darshanas there, orthodox, who admits the authority of Veda. They are called the orthodox. Nyaya, Vaishesik, the one pair. Then other pair is Sankhya Yoga. And third pair is Purva Mimamsa and Vedanta or Uttar Mimamsa. These all 6 darshanas. And other 3 darshanas there. They are heterodox, Buddhism, Jainism, Lokayat, Charvak. All together, these 9 darshana. What darshana means? Darshana itself means that take the knowledge with experience. They want to not only a verbal knowledge. Take the experience with take the knowledge with experience. It is the analytic view of the all kinds of all 9 darshanas. Out of that, the 9 darshanas, darshana means a thought process, development of thought process. In Western way, it is called as a philosophy. Philo means lover. Philo means lover. Sophy means wisdom. When you are established in wisdom, life is a gift of nature. But beautiful living is the art of wisdom. The proper way of wisdom for the beautiful living. For quality life, we should go to the spirituality. Only wearing the malas and putting gandha, that is not spirituality. Only doing some kind of postures, as earlier I said, some exercises. It has due importance to keep the body intact. Because body, what is body? Our body is, as earlier I have said, it is a design of par excellence. When design of par excellence is to be conditioned, it is to be taken care of. Our scriptures clearly says that Sharir Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Sharir, the body, is a medium for Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Dharma, righteousness. Not in other way. Righteousness in the life. And that righteousness, to arrive at the righteousness, which is the medium, Dharma Sadhanam, that is our body. It is taken to be due care. And in the modern era, or in 21st century, unfortunately, we are not aware, we are not looking after our body and other subtler aspects in our existence. We will discuss the mind and the intellect and the individual consciousness. The Rishi Patanjali, why he is called as he is named as a Rishi? Rishi means he who knows the cosmic order. Ruta means cosmic order. And Rishi is termed as he who knows the cosmic order. In a way, they are the research and development department of a inner existence, inner world of the human being. They know in totality the cosmic order. And that is the scriptures, they are the Apta Vachanas. Apta Vachan, it is to be considered as who wants the well-being of society, who advises society through some aphorisms, sutra, through some scriptures, through some shrutis, through some dialogues. They wanted to, society should be a peaceful. And what is the prime core, prime uddesh, what you may call purpose? What is the purpose of human existence and purpose of human life? It is denoted in the scriptures as Satchit Ananda. You are Anand, blissful. You are blissful. But in modern scenario, day-to-day life, do we feel that Ananda, the blissful state? That is important question. One should ask everybody. Being a prosperous, being material prosperity, having a materialistic prosperity, am I happy? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Unfortunately. When somebody will ask, why you are living? What is the Best possible answer. Is there any purpose? Is there any objective? Just we are living because one of the answer, there may be so many answers. As a layman, we people are considered. The best answer, best possible answer, best general answer is, unfortunately, is that we are not able to die. That's why we are living. It is actually unfortunate, but it is true. It is fact. That's why the total human nature, total human existence, it should be studied in totality. There are so many sources, and in internet, in the world of internet, on the tip of the finger, you can acquire access any kind of knowledge. But what is happening? We are lost in the information technology, you may say it. We are lost in that. Information, beyond the information is the right choice, you may say it. Information, that is most required thing in human life. And our scriptures and spiritual knowledge, authentic spiritual knowledge, it gives you that open door for your existence. We should go in that way. That is our ask, our task. We should move gradually towards our inner self. And for that, knowing the importance, and the Sutradhar, facilitator, the base, which is very important as perhaps as human life is considered. The base and the important aspect of human existence, that is mind, it should be managed properly in most scientific way. And yoga is not only philosophy. It is not in only intellectual discussion. One may call philosophy is only intellectual discussion. No. Yoga gives a practical aspect, like applied art it provides to a human being. That what is the purpose of life? It should be known in proper manner. We are born to live happily. We are born to live blissfully. But somehow we are thinking we are sick and we become sick. René Descartes, one of the philosophers, he says, as you think, so you become. And further, the trigger aspect of mind. What is the triggering aspect? Impulses, various kinds of impulses, various kinds of moods that creates the vrittis. And that vrittis are to be tackled. As I earlier said, Patanjali is named as a Rishi, is research and development human life, inner world, and the scientist. Development of science. It is very going fast for the sake of the human. It is not against humanity. But we are become used to with the modern technologies. And in a way, we are running away from our inner self. And that is the problem. And that problem should be tackled. And for tackling that problem, we should go and aware of our mind. One of the important aspect of yoga, it is expansion of awareness. And the purpose or objective of this session also is to be aware with our own mind. For that, this dialogue will elaborate. I will elaborate this dialogue with the topic mind management. What about management? Once you realized the importance of mind, Sutradhar, facilitator, then we will think about the management. Many more people on this dais, they are from the industry and business areas. They will know what is the importance of management. For betterment of the business, for betterment of anything, whatever you are working for the excellence, the management is required. And that management provides enhancement of your business, enhancement of your any kind of work you are performing. Apart from that, mind management is also important. We know the business management, we know the event management. In modern days, very popular word, event management. Most of the political parties, they are doing this business of event management. But what about the management of mind? That is to be done in a proper way. That awareness we should generate in our personality, in our existence. That is the most important aspect of our life. Then why it is yoga, through yoga philosophy? Third one aspect of this topic. Why yoga philosophy? Just we will discuss about what is yoga first. What is yoga? Yoga to join the individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. Brahma, it denotes the universal consciousness. Atma or Jiva, it denotes the individual consciousness. Why merger is required? One of the Upanishadic mantra says, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam. You are the perfect one. Purna. Purnamadaha Purnamidam. You draw out of that Purna. There remains the Purna. There is no differentiation, no lack of Purnatva will be there, existing. Every soul is potentially divine, and that potentially divine soul should be tapped. Potentiality should be tapped in a proper way. And that tapping is lagging in modern era. Tapping is there. We are tapping with our intellect. So many science has progressed to the tapping of the potential of intellect. No doubt. It is the process of evaluation. Look about the Darwin's evaluation. Darwin's theory of evaluation, it tells biological evaluation. Why I am saying this? It is connected to the mind, human mind. When biological evaluation, the right concept was fittest survival. And through this biological evaluation have taken place. And that biological evaluation, nowadays, in modern times, biological evaluation, is at its apex. No further biological evaluation is possible. The experts are saying in that. That is not my personal view. Experts are saying that biological evaluation is at its apex. Purna evaluation. Total evaluation is, as far as the biological evaluation is concerned, is reached to its apex. What kind of evaluation is possible? Only transmental evaluation, spiritual evaluation, that is possible. And that's why spirituality should be taken seriously. That is not the casual affair. Mind management is not casual affair. Meditation, why meditation? That is not a casual affair. There are some Babas and Maharajas in the market. They provide instant meditation. Think upon that. Is it possible? Meditation is a continuous process. And why meditation? Meditation is the process of calming down, quieting down chitta. Chitta is a broader concept of mind. For sake of our general understanding, I am using the word mind. It is to be considered as a chitta. Chitta includes mind, intellect, ego, I consciousness, and all the impressions throughout the life we have gathered in that area of consciousness. All together means chitta. For the sake of understanding, I am using word mind. Because in modern psychology, mind is to be discussed more. Chitta is the word of our Indian origin from Patanjali and so many scriptures. When Patanjali says, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, what is the vrittis? As earlier we have discussed, various moods and impulses of the mind, they are the vrittis. We are not going to in yoga philosophy's detail. There are 5 kinds of vrittis: Pramana, Vipare, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smritaya, Vrittaya, Panchataya. 5 kinds of vrittis. And that vrittis to be tackled in a way that Nirodha, Nishesh Rodh, total restriction through the process of yoga. What is the aim of yoga? Tada drushtu swarupe avasthanam. We should be merged as a being, human being, merged as a universal consciousness. And that's why after management, yoga has its own importance in human life. What is yoga? Earlier we discussed individual consciousness merging into the universal. To rejoin the universal. Vijjate annena iti yoga. It is the philosophical aspect. But for what? For that individual consciousness to emerge in the universal consciousness, what are the systematic process? That process is developed systematically through the yoga philosophy. We are not going into detail of that kind of philosophy's exploration. One of the Upanishad, Maitrayani Upanishad, the importance of mind, I am connected with the yoga. Maitrayani Upanishad, Rishi says, Mana evam manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoha. Mana evam manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoha. Bandhetu asakti mukti nirvishaya mana. Look at the subtle aspect, what he is saying. Mana, mind only, evam, mana evam, karanam, manushyanam, karanam bandha moksha. What is bandha? What is the bondage? The bondage of miserable life. Bondage of miserable life. Today we are living. Because miseries in human life, they are must. You cannot avoid miseries. It is a part and parcel of human life. To overcome the miseries, dukkha, and Buddha says, sarvam kshanikam, everything is in state of flux. Try to understand, friends. Everything is in a state of flux. Kshanikam, sarvam dukkham, everything is miserable. Buddha had got the materialistic prosperity. He was a king of a one kingdom. Then also, he was not happy with his life. When he was exposed, the human life, birth, youth, jara maran, vyadhi, and death. In the human life course, he was not happy with that life. He voluntarily took himself out of that chaos, out of that miserable life, voluntarily withdrawal. and he gone for the spiritual sadhana. He developed his own spiritual sadhana. In that way, he declared or he propagated the doctrine of nirvana. What that nirvana means? Nirvana means it is related to the human life. Freedom from fear of death. Freedom from deception. And freedom from miseries. That is nirvana. As yoga says, kaivalya. Sankhya says vivek khati. So many terminologies are there. We will not go in the deeper aspect of this philosophy. We are just discussing why yoga is very much important in human life. You should start with your gross aspect of human existence. The gross aspect is your body, our body. Busiest person in the world, he takes care of body in a smaller or subtler manner. Evacuation, nourishing, food intake. He's doing all these things. But what is happening? Somewhere awareness is lost. And why yoga philosophy is required? Because there are n number of ways. They are created by our ancestors. We are following them to tackle the mind. Take example, when our mother, sister, they are drawing the rangolis in front of our gate, in front of our door. What is the importance? What is that tradition, parampara? Why it is developed? To calm down, to tackle the mind, to calm, quiet, and joyful mind. So many n numbers of ways are there. We are celebrating the n numbers of festivals. Just now we celebrated the 10 days Ganesh festival. What does it mean? To give urja, as your Navurja project is there, to give urja to your mind, give energy to your mind. That is the prime aspect of this tradition. Celebration of the number of celebrating the number of festivals. Our festival arrangement of our festivals, it is according to the ruta. It is according to rutus. And the important aspect of arranging all kinds of these festivals and all kinds of other some birthday celebration of dignitaries, of Mahatmas. Let us talk about Shiva Jayanti and so on. What is the important? To give the energy to your mind, dilapidated mind. Because mind has a tendency to disturb himself. Though the actions performed by the human, they are the root cause. Mind is always functioning. 24 hours it is functioning. Do you know that? In dream state also it is functioning. When you are working whole day and for rejuvenation, recharging, you are going to sleep, their mind is also functioning. It reflects through the dreams. And after, when mind is bored, mind is very much frustrated with the dreams, then only the sushupti, early morning, that sleep is giving totally charging, totally rejuvenation of human body. That's why sushupti is to be considered the stage where human consciousness is going to merge into the universal consciousness. So what is our duty? Our duty is to lace down the dream states and longing or extending the sushupti. That is our duty. Try to understand. In that way, when we are extending the sushupti, you are charging of whole body and subtler aspects, mind, intellect, everything. It will be rejuvenated. It will get Navurja. new energy on to day basis. We will discuss what are the authentic way to calm down, quiet down, and making joyful mind through the yoga philosophy. I'm just discussing why yoga philosophy is required. There are a number of ways in practical day-to-day life, but they are not useful. Here again, human mind is involved in that. We are getting used to. We are celebrating the festivals. We are celebrating the birthdays, birth anniversaries, everything of the Mahatmas and some ancient dignitaries. But awareness of celebration, awareness in that celebration is lost somehow. We are doing in mechanical way. So many ways are there. Discipline, go early in the bed, get up early in the morning. That is our family discipline. Are we observing that? We are observing against that, because mind always is opposing what you are thinking. What you are nourishing for the mind, there is always opposition from mind. And that's why it should be tackled very tactfully. Mana sajjana bhakti pante. Treat your mind as a friend. Then only it is possible. In Yoga Vasishtha, the Guru of Rama, Master of Rama, he says, Mana prashamana upaya yoga iti abhidhayant. मन को शांत करने का, मन को प्रसन्न करने का एक उपाय जो है वो है योग. That's why yoga philosophy is required. All other things have their due importance, but they are not helping the humankind in a proper way. They are taking the individual consciousness to extrovert it. When you are going to celebrate the festival, take example again Ganesh festival, you are involving in the mandalas, committees, going for to celebrate. You are lost the basics. You are just involved in the peripheries. And yoga takes you back to the basics, back to the human consciousness, individual consciousness, and everything. That's why yoga philosophy is the most important thing, important aspect in human life. Then what is mind? Once again, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Gita, इंद्रियानाम मनश्चास्मि. सब इंद्रिय में मन के रूप में मैं हूं. हमारे तुकाराम महाराज कहते हैं, मन करारे प्रसन्न सकल सिद्धि के कारण. सिद्धि, availability of your own excellence. That siddhis will help in dual way. For the material prosperity, that siddhis will help. For spiritual evolution, that siddhis will help. And when body and mind, we consider this duality. In healthy mind, if the healthy body is there, healthy mind resides in healthy body. Healthy mind is there, your body is healthy. Two are independent things and two are independent existence of human existence. That's why we should aware about the mind management of ourselves. That is what is the status of mind. It is restless. It is fickle. And that's why fickleness and the restlessness of mind, it becomes more difficult. It becomes very serious affair for management of the mind. And that's why yoga philosophy is very much useful here. And that topic, the name of the topic, I am ending here with why mind management is required through yoga philosophy. Further that, what are the tools that yoga and this yoga philosophy is providing for human beings? That is the important aspect of this session, I think. I'm very much passionate. I'm very much gone through this mind management techniques. Just take example from Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter. Regarding abstinence. What he says, Arjuna, the representative of a common man, he's asking his master, you are saying so many things through this Bhagavad Gita from 1st chapter to the 6th chapter, and ahead you will be telling. But I don't understand that mind should be tackled. This is a question of a person like Arjuna. He asks a question. In that scenario, in 6th chapter, Atma Sanyama Yoga, 34th verse, rather, it seems he asked Arjuna with arrogantly. The Chanchalam Mana Krishna, Pramati Balavat Drudam, Tasyaham Nigraham Manne Vayuriva Sudushkaram. To handle the mind, it is very restless, it is very fickle. Chanchalam Mana Krishna, Pramati, violent. That is the status of mind. When emotion enters in the mind, it becomes violent. If emotion is fulfilled, then it becomes temporary, steady. It is not fulfilled, it is once again get agitated and becomes violent. Balavat, it is a strong. Drudam, बहुत जिद्दी है ये, नहीं मानता है. चंचलम मन कृष्ण प्रमाति बलवत दृढ़म तस्याहम निग्रहम मन्ने वायुरिव सुदुष्करम. Wind, to control the wind, it is very difficult task. In that way, it is very difficult. It is not controllable. Then his master, in further verse 35, he gives a reply. See the character of the Krishna. Why it is we call him as a Lord Krishna. First of all, he is a friend of Arjuna. Then he is Guru. In your industry world, he is a mentor of the all mentors. He is guiding throughout the society. He gives answer very elegantly. A samshayam mahabhavo, no doubt. O Arjuna, mahabhavo. Arms, strength arms. Great personality. He's saying we are very great personality. You are strong arm. A samshayam mahabhavo. Mano durnigraham chalam. Man ko control karna, to tackle the mind, it is very much difficult. I do agree with you. Very soberly he says. In practical life, somebody asks any question, we are not in the state of to hear properly. That is his humbleness. 100% humbleness, humility in the character of Krishna. He gives the authentic answer to tackle the mind. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha guhyate. Vairagya, that is renunciation in subtler aspect. But in this context, it is initial abstinence. When you are involved in the desires, just put the desires on hold and do the practice, abhyas. Try to understand. We are definitely, as a human of modern world, we are, as earlier, again I am saying that, we are 100% whole day we are extroverted. And when you are not tackling the mind properly, and you are thinking for higher aim of spirituality, it is not possible. When you are not able to handle your mind, you cannot handle God. That is the real fact. What he is saying, what he is advising to Arjuna, with abhyasa vairagya, abhyasa vairagyena, abhyasena tu kaunteya, Kaunti putra, abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagyena cha guhyate. Here comes the authentic answer to tackle the mind, as I believe. Abhyasena tu kaunteya, vairagyena cha guhyate. Guhyate means that is the secret knowledge. And what that secret knowledge deals with, the abhyasa means there are abhyasa means in practical life, day-to-day life, we call it as a study at educational level. But as a life level, we is considered, at life platform, we are considered, abhyasa means practice. What kind of practice? The practice is about our own chitta, own mind. For that, go through the scriptures. What kind of scriptures? Are they fictional or non-fictional? You go to the philosophies, non-fictional things, factual. What they are telling, the factual knowledge they are giving, that kind of scriptures, not fictional things. Fictional things, they temporarily entertain the mind, not in authentic way. They are guiding, they are entertaining, but not at the nutshell of the human existence, not at the nutshell of human mind. That's why abhyasa is considered to be a very important aspect as far as the tackling mind is required. And that a practice, what kind of abhyasa? Abhyasa to look with witness attitude. First ask of the abhyasa is to tackle the mind. Get aware of your own mind. That is the important abhyasa. And further, to get attention with your gross body, go ahead in a subtler way. What are the subtler ways? That's these subtler ways. There is a very good exposition in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. There are 6 to 7 aphorisms which I may discuss with you in further 10 to 15 minutes, and I will conclude. What are these 7 aphorisms? They are regarding the abhyasa. And it is a gross to subtle journey. It is a gross to subtle journey. From objective world to the subtler world. Patanjali, in his first chapter, Samadhi Pada. Samadhi means balance of mind itself. Sama Adi. Adi means mana. Sama means balance. In Vyasa Bhashya, Vyasa himself describes this. What is the definition of yoga? Yoga is samadhi, balance of mind. There is one another chapter, if the time permits, I will discuss that chapter, Science of Illness from Yoga Vasistha. It is very useful for humans, all humans in the modern world. Very important chapter. It deals with the illness, science of illness. Adija and Anadija Vyadhi. Vyadhi means diseases. And why and how diseases are created through the imbalance of mind. It is more in a subtler way discussed in this chapter of Science of Illness. We will go to the Patanjali first. What Patanjali says, Chitta Prasadanam. To quiet, to calm, and to establish in a joyful mind, in the joyful state of mind. What is the first sutra according to Chitta Prasadana? Not in the literal sense, it is first. It is 33rd in first chapter. It says clearly that Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukha Punya Apunna Vishayanam Bhavanata Chitta Prasadanam. Maitri. What kind of friendship? The person who is doing well in his materialistic aspect or spiritual aspect. You should feel that he is my friend. The attitude of friendliness, that should be cultivated. Who is a very joyful person, who is a cheerful person in the society, in your vicinity. You should cultivate your mind in that way. He is my friend. That is the root reason to divert the mind from distraction to calmness. When you will be happy, that person, why he is cheerful? He is doing well. Karuna, second thing, compassion. It is not pity. It is just a compassion. Compassion who is miserable. If you look around you, along with ourselves, in a way, we all people are miserable. The distinction will be less miserable and more miserable only. And that is because of avidya, science. What is the concept of God according to Indian philosophy? The concept of God is perfection. And in a way, through scientific methods, through the scientific development, and through spiritual development, we are striving that blissful state, perfect state. But we have lost the basics in the peripheries. Because awareness is gone away. And that awareness is created through this abhyasa. And for that, karuna, compassion should be there. If there somebody is miserable, you should have the comparison, attitude of compassion. Mudita, joyful again, पुण्य कर्म करने वाला, डोनेशन देने वाले, rising above self. ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं. So many people are there in the universe. They are doing their best for society. Your mind should be connected, cultivated in that way. He is my friend. What he is doing, the punya, he is my friend. I am happy whatever he is doing for society, for the well-being of society. I am happy with that. And upeksha, that is very important. Why it is important? We have a habit to intercept in another's personal life, family life, and so many things. When mind is not pure, the important aspect about calmness, quiet and joyful mind, prasanna, it includes the purity of mind. The word prasanna, it means altogether-ness of purity, calmness, quietness, and joyfulness. And what we are dealing, apunya, the negative activities performed by so many people in the societies. We should neglect. We should ignore. We should not bother about that. That is the first aphorism says. It is a gross level understanding. Further, he says, next aphorism, he says, Prachardhan Vidharana Bhyava Pranasya. That is more, that sutra is more closer to the pranayam. Prachardhan, exhaling, Vidharana Bhyava Pranasya. After constant exhaling, your prana vayu, you may call it a life drawn. Exertion, exhaling, continuous. After that exhalation, hold on that breath. A simple practice to quiet down the mind in day-to-day life. Just close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. Just observe your breath awareness with witness attitude. It helps to quiet down, calm down your mind. It helps to your mind to bring into joyful state, thoughtless state. Just cultivate the awareness of breath. In this sutra, prachardhan vidarana bhyava pranasya. What is the next sutra? I'm going fast, little bit fast because time is running away. Next sutra is pravrutti utpanna manasta sthiti nibandhi. When there arises the vritti, pravrutti, intense vritti, pravrutti utpanna manasa, मन में जो वृत्तियां पैदा होती है, just caught that vrittis with witness attitude. Pravrutti utpanna manasa sthiti nibandhati. Try to hold them. It is in other way, it is called madhu vidya. Prachardhan vidarana bhyava pranasya. This is the authentic way to calm down the mind, to tackle the mind. In next sutra, he says, vitaraga vishayam vachittam. मन को ऐसी जगह लगाओ, ऐसी ठिकाने लगाओ. Think about the vitarag, dispassion. The person who is dispassion, free from likes and dislikes, pair of opposites. That person should be the subject of your mind. Vitarag vishayam vachittam. Further he says, yatha abhimat dhyanadva. What he says? Yatha abhimat. What kind of alambana or support you want? Take that support. But think about that support. It is considered to be. What kind of support or alambana should be taken for the consideration of the mind? Because mind not only taking the support, it is contemplating the attributes of that person. उस प्रकार का मेडिटेशन होना चाहिए. मन को कहाँ लगाना है, वो ध्यान का विषय होना चाहिए. Somebody likes papad and he want to meditate on that papad. Will it helpful for quieting down your mind? There should be a discrimination. What kind of support you have to take for a dhyana? And last, he speaks about swapna nidra jnana alambanava. Take the support of the dreams. As Saint Tukaram, Sage Tukaram, he had not the physical guru. His guru, in his dream, gave him the mantra Ramakrishna Hari, and he adopted. Chanting the mantra, it was the chanting of the Ramakrishna Hari mantra. It was Saint Tukaram's spiritual sadhana. Swapna, nidra, the status of sleep. As earlier I mentioned, sleep means rejuvenation. And what is sleep? Sleep is one kind of vritti, as mentioned in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Praman viparye nidra smrutaya. Nidra is vritti. Though it is scientifically discussed as it is a rejuvenation, recharging of the whole body, but it is one kind of vritti. And it is discussed, it is discriminated as abhava pratyaya alambana vritti nidraha. Abhava pratyaya alambana. Not experience. You are not experiencing anything in that nidra. And that state should be taken for your meditation. These are 5 to 6 aphorisms which are very authentic, I think so. And such kind of aphorisms, this kind of thought process, we should cultivate to make our mind happy, joyful, and calm, and most probably, most importantly, pure. Purity is important. When purity is not there, concentration is only there. What is the act of terrorism? They have concentration. They have tackled their mind, but purity of mind is missing in terrorist activities. Love is missing. So purity of mind is also very important aspect. We should cultivate the purity. And lastly, I come to the Bhaja Govindam, one mantra from Bhaja Govindam. Shankaracharya rightly said, Pranayamam Pratyaharam, Nitya Anitya Viveka Vicharam, Japya Sameta Samadhi Vidanam, Kurva Vadani Mahada Avdhanam. What he says? Pranayamam. What is literal meaning of pranayam? It is the exercise with the breath. There are, as earlier I have mentioned, in our tradition, our ancestor built the temples on the hills itself. So many temples in Maharashtra, Shiva Mandir, there are on the hills. Why they have built that temple on the hills? They were knowing these people will not involve technically in a pranayam. In the name of God, in the fear of God, they will visit that place. And automatically, naturally, pranayam will be happen and it will be helpful to the society. In that way, they tried their best. Pranayamam, pratyahar. Pranayam, because why pranayam is important? The very vital energy, even you have no food, you can survive for some days, for 16 days. You have no water, for some time you can survive. For just 1 minute, you close your nose and mouth, you are not able to survive. That is the prana. That's why we call it prana nath. Nath is the apex degree. We call it in our tradition prana nath. That prana nath should be taken care of. In Vipassana technique, they are teaching anapanasati for 3 days. First 3 days, they are involving the sadhakas, the aspirants, in the sadhana, in the practice of anapan, ana-apana, inhalation and exhalation. And that is the great sadhana. Just you should aware with your breath without labeling any thoughts. Our habit is to label the thoughts, and thoughts are to be taken care. This thought pattern and thought process, when Patanjali says, Nirvichara Vaisharadhya Adhyatma Prasad, when you are established in Nirvichara state, then there is Adhyatma Prasad. What is Adhyatma? From you itself. Adhyatma means Adhya Atma. That is the energetic Chaitanya, the energy, subtler aspect of. Further we go to the mind after the mind there is an intellect, and after the intellect there is a consciousness. And that consciousness is to be considered at utmost. And for that, pranayam is very much important. You should go through Gita, because Gita is actually the Yoga Shastra. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. That is the described there after every chapter. Pranayamam Pratyaharam. Pratyaharam means detachment. Where to attach and where to detach. Bhoga, involving indulgencing in organ, indulging organ, that is not wrong. But involved in that indulgence, that is wrong. You should detach from that attachment. Nitya anitya vivek vicharan, discrimination. What is permanent, what is not permanent? Nitya anitya vivek vicharam. Pranayamam pratyaharam nitya anitya vivek vicharam. Japya sameta. Chanting the name of divine. Samadhi vidanam, balancing of mind. Kurva vadani, do it. Mahad avdhan, on priority basis. That's why, friends, time is not permitting me. I should conclude here with the Shanti mantra, Purnamada Purnamidam. Sit head and back upright. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. I thanks FIIP. They given me the opportunity to share my views on this platform. Dr. Mohite sir and all other dignitaries from FIIP. Very much thanks to all.
Thank you so much, sir. We should say thank to you for giving such a wonderful enlightenment to all of us. In fact, what an enlightenment I can say. See, so many takeaways through this session. In fact,
Voice is not there.
No, some network issue. Network issue.
Some network problem is there,
Yeah.
I think.
So network, little. Yeah, little. He will join. He will join. Yeah, sir. Are you able to speak?
Audible?
Yeah. You are audible, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, CBK, go ahead, please. CBK, we can hear you, please. Okay, till he joins back.
Meantime, I request for
sir.
Am I audible? Okay.
Please.
I said we should say thank you. Yeah. So thank you, Shivraj sir. Rather, we should say thanks a ton to you. In fact, you.
Honestly, he's facing a little bit technical difficulties right now.
I request.
Just ring him in. Please ring him and convey the message.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
My network is not supporting me.
Yeah. Okay. CBK.
Hello.
Yeah, CBK. Now we are able to hear you. You please speak. Yeah, you please speak. We can hear you very well.
Off so that I can little bit use the network.
No, you just switch off the video and speak. That will be better, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shivraj Mane, sir. It was a wonderful session. Okay. I said, so it was a very, very enlightening session. Throughout the session, all the participants are okay. Just they have tied up their seats. Okay, that itself speaks about your lecture. What I can say. There are so many takeaways. In fact, you started very nicely. What is the requirement of this management? I mean, mind management, and what is the mind management? What is the yoga? What are the tools? All these things are all so stressed in our life because of so many issues in our life. Okay, and definitely the root cause is the mind. Mind only creates all these things, right? So a few takeaways like we are unable to die, hence we are living here. Huh? So what a wonderful statement. Philosophy. So like this, so many things. Right. Why mind management is required? In fact, how and exactly how to practice it is a vast ocean of topic. Definitely would love to hear you in future sessions, because this is such a vast session. You can't cover everything in 1 hour session. Okay. So before we move into a question answer, there are a few queries. Few people have raised hands. Friends,
Questions are welcome.
yeah. So let us.
In my capacity, I will answer all the questions.
Yeah, definitely. Before we get into that, I request all the participants to give a big applaud to Shivraj Mane sir. It was a great session. Thank you so very much from behalf of FIIP and all the participants. I thank you once again, sir. This is what a Navurja, as you are rightly saying in your screen. So Navurja is a platform where we are conducting series of sessions on life and science, health and environment. And in fact, FIIP has got, before we get into question answers, I will just talk business, entrepreneur, youth, Navurja. We have just concluded a session through this Shivraj Mane sir. Business Katta is there. All these platforms are engaged to bring in all the entrepreneurs, businessmen, professionals to grow their business, grow professionally, grow personally, grow socially as well. Okay, this is the objective of this FIIP, big umbrella. And suppose if you want to connect with us, okay, and definitely you can connect on a regular basis. We have got by scanning this QR code, or clicking on this a simple format. So you have to fill up and submit with minimal charges of 1,500 rupees, where you will get an opportunity to participate in all such programs, right? Whether it is a Navurja, whether it is a industry insights, FIIP conducts a series of programs every week. Every Saturday we have got these programs. And apart from that, as I said, business spot, it connects you a platform where you can promote your products as well. Okay, so this is a platform which is helping professionals and entrepreneurs and businessmen to bring together and okay, grow together. Okay, that is succeed together, unite together and succeed together is our brand line. So you can scan. Further, next level, we have got a network platform where it is a large scale, bigger brother of this big spot up in business spot, I can say, where you will personally involve, you will interact one to one. You can come on the platform, show your products, understand what is market, how to market, where are your potential customers and all. Again, the QR code and the link remains same. Okay, so next week we have another very important
Some network issues is again there is a
session
network
that
issue.
is called the
You are facing some network issue.
imports and exports opportunities in nationalism, where how you can improve your business. There are so many things to learn through this platform as well. So don't forget to block your date. Now I am audible. Hello.
CPK, some network still you are facing.
Am I audible?
Now you are
Yeah,
audible.
I think.
Shall I?
Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah, right now you are audible. Okay.
Okay. Just this is the last slide. Then we'll take
You are not audible. CPK.
Still there is issue.
Yeah, some.
See, may I continue? May I continue?
Yeah. You, Shantanu.
Somebody
Yeah.
other should continue.
Somebody.
Yeah. See,
I
on-
think I'll just put on this. Please go through this question answer
Yes.
session.
Yeah, Shantanu is there. Shantanu is going to take.
Just on 17th September, Mr. Atul Borade, sir, he's a merchant exporter. So he's already in export and import. So he will explain about the opportunities in import and export in business. So don't miss that opportunity. So you can get a lot of ideas about import and export in that program. So please block your dates on 17th. And okay, over to you, sir. I think this is the last slide.
Yeah. CPK.
Yeah, this is the last.
So we can go to a question and answer session.
Yeah. We will go in the chat box. There are
Okay.
questions. There are questions. Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute.
You go to the front top.
Uh,
Prasad Salve has asked first question. Yeah.
yeah, Prasad Salve's question.
Yes, Prasad, welcome.
Yes. I think
Definitely. I got your question.
okay.
Drushta means seer. In practical language, it is called as seer. It is a very deep concept. The total yoga philosophy developed for this purpose. Tada drushtu swarupe avasthanam. The seer is established in himself as a being. He should be recognized as a being. No other intellectual issue, no other mind issue. Everything is dissolved. It is a total merger. That is called the drushta. In broad manner or in gross manner, there are subtler aspects about drushta. In practical language, we may call it as a witness attitude. When you are observing your breath without any labeling, it is shallow, it is long, it is deep. No labeling, just observe without any labeling. That is the witness attitude. And that witness attitude is further in subtle level. It has term drushta.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah, there is, I think, Prasad Savle have the how to handle vritti of others from the outer world who is trying to rob, creating obstructions when you are growing. I think this is what he is asking.
Yes. How to control and how to manage the vrittis.
Yes.
If you are able to manage your
Vritti,
mind, if you are succeeded in managing your mind, controlling your mind, calming your mind, quieting your mind, then automatically all the impulses will be reduced. All the vrittis, chitta vritti nirodha. How that chitta vritti nirodha? वृत्ति अपने आप जब विटनेस एटीट्यूड में आप इवॉल्व हो जाएंगे, when you are established in witness attitude, not labeling anything, then automatically the intensity of that vrittis will reduce down. Just observe your breath, just observe your thoughts, and from the one survey done by a scientific person, he says that minimum 6,000 thoughts they are arriving in human mind. And nowadays, this thought count has gone up to 50,000 thoughts. And out of that 50,000 thoughts, 49,000 999 thoughts, they are useless. That is clutter. And you should free from that clutter. Reduce down one by one, step by step. Step by step. Just develop the witness attitude. Concentrate on your breath. Because breath has a important potent as far as the mind management is concerned. Without breath, breath is a highest tool to manage your own personality, to enhance your personality, to reach the excellence. With shwasa or breath. No the breath, no life. No breath, no life. Are you satisfied, Prasadji?
Uh, Deepali Gala is also having more focus while having lots of differences.
I didn't got your question.
Her question is that how to clear the mind and regain focus while having a lot of disturbances in mind.
That includes in Abhyasa Vairagya itself. It is a technique to withdraw from the chaos. That's initial abstinence. Put all other desires on a hold stage and just concentrate on higher things. What is the higher things? Just surrender with Almighty. Whatever your deity is, think about the attributes, contemplate upon the attributes of that deity. Then Chitta will step by step withdrawal. There will be withdrawal. Somebody's mic is on.
No, it is closed. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. When you are withdrawing, the further or better aspect of this withdrawal is that surrender to the higher aspect. Almighty, Ishwar. You should know the Ishwar. What is Ishwar? Concept of Ishwar. Actually, Ishwar deals about the pure consciousness. And when purity is evolved in your personality, all things are very soft. Cruel animals, they became a friend. That is the purity, importance of purity. And in a modern world, somehow, by hook or crook, we have lost the purity. Unfortunately. Is it okay?
Yeah. Next question of Prasad Salve was how to bring blissfulness when we are stressed.
Definitely, it is a big ask.
Yeah.
Blissfulness is your higher state, and you are in miserable condition. It is a very lower stage. How to evolve from miserable state? Think about what are the routes to go or lift yourself from that miserable state. What are the remedies? The only remedy is stop thinking gradually. Gradually stop thinking. Be in the company. The satsang, what does it mean satsang? Satsang means company of who is telling the truth. Go into the satsang. In that kind of satsang. Whether there be maybe kirtana, bhajana, everything. But main purpose of satsang is to tell the truth. That is satsanga. You should involve in that kind of satsang. Automatically your miseries will drop away. Do good things, purposely good things. Then automatically you will lift yourself from that miserable state. It is definitely not a casual affair. It is a serious affair. But first of all, you should involve in the cheerful with the cheerful persons. That is called Maitri. in companion of cheerful person. You should not go to the miserable person. He will put you further in miserable condition, put you in the further miserable condition, further miserable state. Okay.
Yeah, and he's having a second question, but which was not properly, not communicated by us. That is what I am repeating it. How to handle vritti of others from the outer world who is trying to rob, creating obstruction you when you are growing?
Definitely, there is a tendency of the society, persons from the society. They are not digesting the anybody's progress. They are not able to digest other person's progress. What you can help with them, you cannot help them. You can help yourself only. Step by step, systematically, upeksha. That is the technique. Indifferent with these people. Be indifferent. Try to systematically indifferent. And thinking of these persons, that should be eliminated. These are the negative vibrations, negative way of thinking. Organize this. This is one kind of desire. In negation, it is a desire. But you organize that properly and try to indifferent with that these kind of people.
Very good, sir. Very good. Very appropriately you answered, sir. And honestly speaking, the way you have put the thought all together is really blasting us and making us aware where you are, how you are, and what you are doing till this, basically the life process. It is really enlightened in every direction, Shivraj, sir. Honestly speaking, the way you caught us, the way we basically made ourselves to be more and more attentive and listening you very carefully from starting point to till this time, sir. I request other fellow members, if you have any question, please ask, because Shivraj sir is there. So we will definitely utilize his valuable time for our own questions, if any. Please, you take an opportunity, because he's an encyclopedia of entire mind management and yoga. I'm very proud to share here that he has study of all concerned ritual areas, all philosophies, all dharmas, where he is basically having the fundament. This is what Indian, the way we making the science of understanding. This is what I believe in the satsanga. Always I do the satsanga. That is what's rightly pointed out. So I request everyone, please take this opportunity. Have question to Shivraj sir, because this is a golden opportunity. Don't miss it, friends. Please ask the question. If you have feel something you want to ask, you can please raise the hand and you please ask.
Yes, welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah. I don't want to, make this losses of that way. I can say the knowledge which you are basically there. And I know you tune with that basically, supernatural power. This is nothing but the universal connect, Shivraj. Absolutely. Yeah. Anybody's having any question?
This platform is about the sharing, and sharing is a very lovely thing. I am always ready to share my views with others.
Certainly. And I will request Shivraj to please put your number, contact number and name in the chat box. So those who have question later on, they can also ask on with their personal time and all these according to your availability, sir. Definitely in that line. I have one question, sir. If no one's asking me, so this is my curiosity.
Yes. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
I'm a student still, the better that, sir, right? My question is, sir, gratitude plays a vital role in day-to-day activities to make your mind calm, quiet, and blissful. So it is a simple exercise. Why people are not doing that? Only thank you. Only thank you, the word which gives a wonderful, connectivity with the universe, sir. Your opinion, please, sir.
In elite class, when you enter in the hotel, there is a beautiful receptionist standing in front of door. She says, "Good morning, sir. How can you help you, sir?" What kind of smile on her face, that tells the story. Itself is it is artificial. because love aspect is missing there. And when you are talking about the gratitude, when love is there, then everything can happen. When pure love is there, everybody should have the attitude of gratitude, because it is very much helping for the mind management and total personality management. What our father and mother given to us, that is the first task of the gratitude. Not in the material aspect, but in the aspect of this body, along with the thought process, along with the environment, along with the everything. And that gratitude should be systematically cultivated with help of love. Nothing other will help. Love, when love is there, because why we respect the father and mother? First thing is that no gratitude attitude is there. Their greatness is there, and that greatness lies in your love. Somebody should not ask you or tell you, pay gratitude to your father and mother. If this type of tendencies are there, then you should accept that love is not there. Pure love is not there. And that's why we are going away from gratitude. Gratitude of everything. I want to put one example. What is, sir, your status nowadays? And that status is, if you are not gratitude with that status of your, what is the present status? If you think that there are crores of people, they are dreaming to reach at your status. But that gratitude should be evolved in my personality itself. And it comes through the thought process. There are two kinds of thoughts: cultivating thoughts and disturbing thoughts. Choice is yours. When you are in reaction mode, there is a distraction. When you are in response mode, you can excel yourself. Thank you, sir.
So in a very nutshell, you told what to react and when to respond. And
Definitely.
never react, rather only respond. That is the beautiful takeaway, sir, from your particular thought of that. Wonderful, sir. Very honestly, very wonderful.
This
Sir.
is
Yeah. Our Shantanu sir.
Shantanu sir, welcome.
already means you have answered for my one question, which is how to identify thoughts you want to change. Actually.
Okay.
So that is already you have answered. But how to accept unwanted thoughts sometimes? Because to accept unwanted thoughts is also very important. So how to accept it?
Just observe the nature of their thoughts. They are impermanent. You will know. Just with witness attitude, you see these thoughts. You will observe that these thoughts are very anitya. You should cultivate anitya, intemperateness of that thought, that kind of bhav in your personality. Then there is no difficulty. I think so. It is a big ask. It is not a casual affair. Once again, I am saying, it is not casual affair. Once upon a time, you are doing such kind of things. It will not materialized. But when you're constantly, abhyas itself means constantly. Patanjali about that said, Satu dirgha karena, for over a long period of time. Nairantara, constantly, satkara sevito, with the respect. Then you can achieve the Drudha Bhumi. There is not a mechanical thing, just put your button on and light is there. Not so easy. Because in ancient time, austerity, they are called the 12 years period is needed for austerity, tapa. In a way, tapa, Bagade sir, please mute your mic. Tapa, austerity is what? It needs a 12-year time. Out of 12 years, 7 years are considered to rejuvenate your body cells scientifically. And further 5 years to cultivate your mind and chitta and everything. But primary aspect is to calm down, prasanna, calm down, purity of your mind. joyfulness of your mind. One of the sutras, shlokas in Gita, buddhi paryavatishtate. When buddhi will work in proper manner? Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya pijayate. When your mind is prasanna, then buddhi, intellect will work in prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya pijayate. When prasanna chitase yashu buddhi paryavatishtate. When your mind is prasanna, is joyful, it is calm, it is pure, then only everything will go in smooth way. Otherwise, everything will be the distraction.
So nice of you, sir. Last question, because time constraint, we know that altogether. I think so. Deepali Gala has asked question, right, Santanu?
Yes, Deepali Gala's question.
Yeah, please,
How
please.
How to control the mind with habits like formulation of new habit and getting rid of old habit. Kindly show some light on how to control desire, and also sometimes we know what is good, still not able to act accordingly.
It is a very deeper level question. I will try
Yes.
try to answer that. Controlling habits. What kind of habits? What is the status of habits? Just think about that. Habit is a second nature. As you consider as a habit, what habit makes you? It is a nature, second nature. You are used to do some things in routine life. They becomes the habit. At that time, have you got the discrimination, viveka? Which habit is wrong and which habit is good? In materialistic world, every habit is wrong. Every habit is useless. But to reach up to certain level, some habits should be cultivated. Even when you are established in meditation, all other alambanas are useless. All our other supports you are taking while in your journey, they are useless. But that habit, that support has its due importance. To elaborate yourself, just elaborate with that habits and forget. The certain habits, they are giving trouble to you. Elegantly, apart from that, you should keep away your personality from such kind of habits. Slightly and elegantly. You should not force. Then only it is possible. You are going to force. That will not happen. And desires. What kind of desires? Organize the desires. First of all, negative desires. Then the stray desires. After that, stray desires are there. For that, once organize, you will organize the desires. Then think about the higher desire. Then only you can be free from that lower level desires. You go for the higher desire. What is the higher desire? You should surrender to the Almighty. That is the higher desire. When we are going in the temples and praying in front of idols, have anybody prayed that Bhagwan, please calm down my mind? No one has, I think, should prayed in that way. You have the list and you are submitting the list in front of idol. Out of fear, Ishwar sadhana, ya Dev sadhana, Ishwar puja, out of greed, out of wanting, it is not, out of fear, it is not possible. You should remove the fear of God first. That's why I broadly said that what is Ishwara? Ishwara is pure consciousness. Tukaram rightly says, Dehi Pandari Atma Panduranga. Your body is Pandarpur, holy place. And Atma, pure consciousness, that is Panduranga. To surrender to Almighty, to remove lower level desires, to shift from lower level desires to higher level desires, that is the right way, I think so.
सर जी, जो आप कह रहे हैं, तमन्ना तो इतनी है हमारी है कि आपको छोड़ ना पाए, लेकिन वक्त का तो तजादा है, तो हमें सबको मालूम है कि वक्त के कारण हमें आपको रुकाना पड़ेगा। और मैं हमारे नवनाथ जी को मैं विनती करूंगा, नवनाथ जी अगर आप कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं तो मुझे विश्वास है कि आपका कोई सवाल भी होगा तो आप पूछेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा, क्योंकि आई नो दैट नवनाथ जी इज लिसनिंग वेरी केयरफुली and I hope Navnath ji, can you speak or can you want to share something just in one line or two line, Navnath ji, if it's possible. Okay.
I think